Discover that. It takes time to be communicative in the right sense.
We're getting into it, boys.
There we go, boys. We have a knife round coming up. I cannot believe it. We're starting with Cash.
Seeing as you're going to leave us soon, do you want to cast a knife round?
I can do, yeah.
I love it when you do it. It's really
You love it when I do it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
You just told me you would cast it once.
Yeah, I know.
You already fell in love.
It was like one of the best ones I ever saw. It's like
pretty
top
good,
tier,
right?
top draw.
All right, here we go, boys. German.
Good start. Here we go, boys. It's almost over. Nice start. Thank you, Fabe.
Have a high five.
Yeah, for Fabe.
Yes.
Okay, so I always miss who wins the round. But on Cash, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of 50-50 map. It's not one of those maps like Cobble where T-side's got the huge advantage or like an Inferno. It's whatever you prefer, whatever you feel more comfortable on. CT is normally the go-to option, like if you have to choose.
The weird thing is when Cash was originally new and people weren't developed with the meta and how the executions worked is that it was super CT-sided for a while, to the point where people didn't even want to play it. So it's interesting how things shift with time and as well as the various upgrades that have come into the game. Updates, I should say, not upgrades. Some of them haven't exactly been upgrades.
In what sense?
Jumping SMGs is not an upgrade.
Jumping sniper rifles was not an upgrade.
That was not.
But it was an interesting addition, actually. I started off hating the jumping scout, but actually, as the time goes on, at least makes it a viable weapon. It wasn't viable.
I know that, yeah, and what is that? Was that you, Henry?
Yes. I've had the microphone by my ass.
Coming from COD, Jump Scout was like
right.
reminded me way too much of the Jump Scope, which was the most OP thing in the world in COD 4. Let's get into it, Henry. I'll analyze the buy, and the best Henry Greer impression that I can do. We've got 4 players with armor and 1 player with utilities, which means that they're going to explode onto a bomb site with a single smoke on A.
Well, let's have a look. You can see them kind of setting up. I probably should get on the server myself.
I guessed A, I'm not going to be as good.
I don't think I am. Maybe Faye can lock me on.
Yep.
So we're looking into the map right now. It's a slow delay. You can see them spreading out. The bomb is still towards boots. Maybe just looking out for any CT aggression. That can be quite common on a map like Cash. CTs are on the back foot to a sense that they're waiting for an explosion to come in like the T's, from the T's, like you said. 2 players are boosted up, so this suggests an A split coming in. They may choose to smoke towards the quad or looking out towards the highway area. Next, in a difficult position, does take down Victor, though, to bring it to the 5-on-4 situation. Here comes the push in from middle. The boost and main connector splits. Nico does spot them, decides to fall back.
Well, Dennis is going to get pushed from both sides. Now, that's the problem. That responds, though. Nex saves him, bails him out from above. That lets him turn back around. He finds NKL immediately. And Nico just as quickly will take down Dreamer. It's going to be a 5 versus 1 Bubble with just 70 HP.
So Nex opening things up there. 2 really nice frags from him. Difficult position to get them in as well. Last player is going to be Bubble. He's towards the mid box here. Nico trying to back up his fallen comrade there. Nice play from him. Pretty clean round. Not a single frag dropped for Mousesports there. E-Frag feeling the punishment of Nex with the clean headshots from the upper platform there. It's Dennis as well. He picked up a nice little headshot from the forklift. Dropped the bomb as well. And it was Nex to kind of finish that one off, I think. But there we go. Lovely stuff coming in from the German side. And obviously we are in Crayfield. We can hear the fans enjoying when the rounds in Mousesports' favour. I'm sure we'll get a lot of that. But a force spike coming from E-Frag here. Desert Eagles, Tech 9s, and armor.
I want to let the production know right now that if Bubble is in a 1vx situation, maybe not a 1 versus 2, something that's winnable, like a 1 versus 4 or a 1 versus 5,
yeah.
I want them to play Bubble Butt.
Okay.
I really want that to happen because it needs to happen once in my casting career so that it's gone and out of my head and I can forget about it. That said, it's going to be the retake game on A because they have walked in and planted the bomb for essentially completely free. There's been no exchanges aside from a little bit of HP lost from Spy Leader. He's down to 77. But it's going to be Mouse. I think Bubble Butt, by the way, is by DJ, or Major Laser, DJ, whatever his name is.
DJ Major Laser DJ.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. But right now, Chris J is going to start things off, takes down Spy Leader. They've already gotten 3 now kills, make it 4 and 5 just as quick as that. So they were careful, they were concise, and made it into the bomb site rather effectively. They have kits on Nico and Speedy, but it doesn't matter. They'll just take the defuse. Gives them a bit more time to run around and collect any utilities that may have been left on deceased corpses. Not like there is much because E-Frag didn't invest heavily into that round. The typical second round buy for the terrorists. And they'll have to sit tight for this one and wait for the guns to come up in the next.
Yeah, they did get some upgraded pistols, a bit of armor, but the fact they get the bomb down kind of resets that situation. They're going to be doing it again, Matthew. Another force by coming in. This is one of the ones we have to question a little bit, but if it works out for them, we'll see what happens. Having a look at the money they've left over, actually, if my PC will work. They've left themselves on Bubble with 1,200, Dreamer with 1,500. This the guy's gone down to about $600 average. So this is a pretty heavy investment from them, considering it's the 3rd round. going to be struggling on the next, but let's see what they can do with this. Nico just on the scout towards middle, trying to work out if anyone's going to be coming towards him through that smoke. Terrorists have only got a smoke and 2 flashbangs to play with here. You can see them spread out across the map, seeing if anyone will give them any sort of frag here. They're going to be pushing out through squeaky doors. Could be Dennis though to shut down the first frag on the spy leader. This should be a complete shutdown at this point. I don't really see how E-Frag can get into the round. As I say that though, somehow NKL replies straight away, bringing into the 4-on-4.
Well, that's one way to get things started. SMG, though, Speedy in the back of the site, drops the bomb down at the headshot position, the generator position, and that's just going to allow his teammates to flood into the site. Chris finds Dreamer. Slight smoke obtrusion that would have caused him to potentially take down the player that dropped from Hell instead. So good find from Chris to make sure they negated any maximum damage or any further damage in that round. So 3-0. We've got a technical pause coming in from none other than Bubble, and it must be because they need to drink Red Bull.
Is that allowed, or is it just for the...
No, it's not actually why they did that, Henry. Stop it. You're better than that. You used to play this frigging game once.
I'm doing the Alu thing, you piece of shit.
Oh, I get it.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
This time, I'm trying to join in with the fun. You just throw it back in my face.
You were usually the least fun. Are you finally becoming a fun person, Henry? It's taken me... When did we start casting together? August? What is that? Month 8?
Feels
we're
like
on
a
month
lifetime.
2. It does feel like it's been like 6 months.
6 months, if
Not
that.
even. It's been like 5.5. But I've finally done it. I've made Henry a fun person.
Well, I tried to, and I've learned my lesson. Never try and have fun. It's not worth it. So we go into round number 4. Really interesting decisions from E-Frag there. After getting the bomb down in the second round and the third, they went for the 4 spies twice, and now you can see how that's affecting them. They'll go to round number 4 now with not too many options. They could get a Galil's out if they wanted to, but that's going to be a risky maneuver going forward. You can see Nico's more than comfortable to keep his scout going up against Galil's. That's
I like syntax in chat. He says, give the commentators more apple juice.
Yes, that's actually a brilliant idea. Where's
our runner?
Where's Jackie? He's normally good
Jackie?
at that.
Jackie? I don't know. Need apple juice.
We need apple juice in this bitch. There we go. We can actually spell on this stream, can't we?
Damn, Henry G, you went full gangster on me. What just happened? Are you still... Yeah, you're still white. Just checking.
Still,
you're a little red, actually. I think you're embarrassed that you swore on stream. The first for Henry, guys. It's it.
Oh, Jesus.
Well done, Henry.
No.
Look at that. He needs a breather.
Breaking boundaries.
Anyone got a cigarette for this guy? He's going to need one right now.
I'm going to need one later. But let's talk about the game potentially here.
I mean, there's not much to talk about. We're about to see our first gun round. That's one exciting point of this. Well, you're right, actually, because that force by the double force from E-Frag means that they're actually a little bit light. Would you look at that? It's 39.50 in their best case scenario right now for Dreamer.
Well, this is the thing. He was the only player with like 1,200 last round, so I'm really confused as to what the mentality was there behind. Like, forced by 1, sure, you got the bomb down, you rectified. He didn't win the round, he didn't get a single kill. We thought, we got the bomb down, which means we can buy on the actual 4th round. But no, they actually opted to force by twice in a row. Casting from memory, well, memory from previous casts, I should say. They've done this a few times, actually. They kind of, I think it was on the actual minor, potentially. They did this quite a few times, and we were like, okay. I feel like we had this conversation a few times while watching them. And can you guys read it right here? I'm trying to work out what the technical pause could be.
That's the admin. He's trying to communicate with the teams.
No, I get that. I'm just trying to see what any text coming up can give us a clue as to what's going on and how much time it's going to take. That feels like we've had a couple of monitor issues and stuff here, so maybe it's something like that. I can see the admin on his PC right now. It was Bubble that called for the pause.
Yeah, I don't know, sound issue or something. He's got... The sound wire was pulled out.
It's okay. He's ready.
NKL says it's okay. Thank you, Grey Worm. Nico says they're ready when you are. Are you ready, Henry? That's the real
Always
question.
ready. I'm ready to go. I'm going to say they're going to go for another quasi-buy here. If they went for Galil's, that's going to be the start of something interesting. But let's see what they decide to do. Unpauses in. It's going to be 50-50 at the quasi-buy. For anyone who's new to the game, potentially, a quasi-buy just means, it's another word for partial. So it means you can get upgraded pistols, maybe some body armor, some grenades, flashbangs, and you just try to get the bomb down. You can potentially win the round if you get a couple of nice opening kills with the Desert Eagles. Potentially a map like Cache is great for that sort of potential, but let's see. Oh, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Okay. Cheers. To a good best of 3. And here we go. We enter round number 4. Pistols and no real utility to speak of for the Bulgarian side. Going to have a couple of flashbangs. That's kind of it.
Does this happen because we're from Bulgaria? Sorry, memes.
Great memes. And they've got 3 people boosted up. One flashbang will be going over. They're going to try and swarm the scout play from Nico here. The problem is they haven't got a smoke to lock him down, and that's going to be a problem as NKL is the first one to get his head ripped off. Make it 2 as Dreamer goes down as well. 5 on 3. And the rest of the Bulgarians are making their way up towards Highway. Victor does take down next, but this should be a simple procedure now for Dennis.
Well, simple procedures aren't always that quietly done. What am I trying to say?
I know.
It's not a well thought out.
You're supposed to be almost good with words.
I'm supposed to be, but little do people know I've actually faked it until I make it.
Okay.
See, that doesn't make sense either.
Nope.
You can't do a past
Think
tense
about
of
it.
that rhyme.
Well, there we go. The round's not really working out for E-Frag. This is the first gun round, though. It's taken us 5, but we've arrived. Full AKs across the board, full utility as well. I spoke about E-Frag being a decent execution team, especially towards that A-bomb side as well. I'd assume they'd try and reset themselves, but Nico changing the pace a little bit. He's picked up the AWP and pushed into Squeaky Door as well, looking to see if he can find his first frag, but NKL is aware and is holding the very tight angle in the corner there.
So this is actually Nico taking the charge. We talked about this aggression, this kind of calculated pushing that happens from Mouse. It's a solo push from Nico. This is a change of what we've seen from them in the past on Cash, which might indicate something. I think he spotted him. He should have spotted him.
I'm not sure he did. Or maybe, this
That'll work.
Otherwise.
Tech9, and he goes, I was sure he spotted. I think what he was more trying to do was catch out if there was a second player, but that is a really aggressive flash peek to go in with and leave an AWP at that position gone already.
Yeah, that's
from Mousesports.
It's such a ballsy play to even get that far with an AWP when you've just got a Tech9 to work with. Now the CTs, you can presume they're going to try and react to this.
And that play talks about exactly what I was saying in the pregame, where normally if they push it with Dennis Watch, as we speak about him as the flash comes, it needs to be traded. Nex has to hit that shot. Another misplay from Nex. It's now going to cost them to be down by 3 in the round. However, Speedy, he's made up for the difference. He gets the assist from Nico on the other, switches to the pistol, and he might do this still as a low HP player, and Victor with just 4 in front takes the time to go for the reload. And I'll finish my point in a second because Speedy has turned this round alive. And Chris J's rotated in as well. However, Dreamer, great position. Chris just gets around the corner. He's still not going to be expected. So he might catch off Chris, but nonetheless, he's burrowed into the site. It actually changes everything. It doesn't matter which angle he comes from now because it's essentially like he's going to be coming from highway. Although that helps. Speedy puts himself in the open position, goes down for his efforts. That's the low HP, high HP player. The low HP player left. Chris J is able to clutch it. That was exactly the way that had to go down.
Even though they got it down to 1-on-1, there's only, 8 seconds left there. It would have been so difficult to win that round. Speedy with a godlike performance. They lose the first 2 rounds. I'm about to call out Nex for being renowned as one of the best aimers in the team. Missing a few easy shots towards middle, but Speedy makes up for it and then some. As Mousesports take the 5th round. It was very close indeed, but it's a frustrating one for E-Frag to lose there after a great start. Chris J now on the AWP, and there it is. He gets the first frag as well. This is another buy coming in from E-Frag at maximum loss bonus now. So 5-on-4, they are committed to the B side of the map. They're really kind of worried as to what they should do. They're not really sure how to lock him down. They haven't got a Molotov to flush him out, and that's going to be a problem as he takes down the second kill. 4-on-2, they finally take him down. 4-on-3, I should say.
And again, I'll resume my point when we get a pause in the action because it's been an absolutely fast round in this case as we're still at 21 and they're executing already into B. Bomb dropped again by Dennis toward the site. Nico and Nex will close it out. And what I was going to say, if you go back 2 rounds ago to when they were pushing with that AWP, in the pregame I mentioned they were doing that with a rifle beside the AWP so they could at least get the trade kill in that situation.
This is what I'm talking about in terms of him being the in-game leader. He's allowed to make these decisions. It's up to him. It's on his back if he dies and he wants to take him and take these risks. It's a great thing to do as a CT side, especially to get that first pick, surprise terrorist teams. Obviously, if it doesn't work out, that was a little bit overcommittal in my opinion. Going through with the Tech9, I feel like he didn't have to make the decision. He wanted to get in their faces, have the audacious play, but didn't matter. They won the round. And now E-Frag, instead of maximum loss bonus, are not going to be fully investing this round. It's more of the quasi-buy once again. Going to be going towards the A side of the map. Smokes come out, and the bloodbath will begin.
Well, I like baths, Henry. I'm not sure I like them bloody. Apparently Mousesports does, these satanic, sadistic pricks. Dreamer gets 1 kill back. It's next to go down, Dreamer. In a 1 versus 4, though. Too bad we didn't get the Dreamer song queued up because that would have been a good time to use it. Nonetheless, Nico's going to close the round 7-0. This is a brilliant start for Mousesports. On a map you said that really E-Frag needed in this series.
I think so. It's one of their best maps as well. But unfortunately, these decisions from this sort of tier of play we see, but the economy game for them is very, very questionable at times. Those force buys to open it up, it's really was detrimental going forward for them. Now they're a maximum loss bonus, not getting plants down. They're only getting $3,400 each round. They did a quasi-buy last round, so they've salvaged it somewhat. They've got the 5 AKs once again. Decent utility, but double orbs coming in this time for Mousesports. They're changing up. Nico, he wants a second bite of the cherry towards Squeaky Door. He doesn't want to let someone get the better of him, and he's about to show us why, as he does push him. Will he be crazy enough to go in with a flash push once again? Still 1 step. Thinks better of it now. Maybe learn his lesson.
Maybe. Remember, Molotovs do stack, so although there was 2 deployed in that same section, it would just double the damage. And who doesn't like double damage, Henry?
I love it for one.
That's why you used cheats when you played CS to make sure that your M4 did that.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you?
Back, please ban this guy so I can get a new casting partner. As Dennis flash back out away from the fence, is going to get taken down in the end by Victor. Nico now with the AWP puts himself in a precarious position, but it pays off. He takes Spy Leader, no response from the door, and he knows instantly after that kill that the trade would likely come from that position. It's NKL, and the no-scope from Nico puts him down. However, Victor's pulled it back. They still have the one-man advantage to work with.
Finally, something to talk about for E-Frag here. The retake is on, and the main man, Speedy, still alive. They bring it down to a 2-on-1. Chris J chiming in as well. Gonna be down to Bubble, but he can't do it again. Another successful clutch of Mousesports here. They take their 8th round. We're going into 8-0. E-Frag, even when they're gifted these great opportunities, the 3-on-2s, they can't seem to close these rounds out. It's Speedy and Chris J this time that are the heroes. Nico with the double kill on the AWP. That's very impressive stuff from him. Double orb setup coming out once more, but these rounds are getting so frustrating for the Bulgarians here. 8-0, the rounds feel like they're just flying through, I'd say. We get to round number 9 after what seems about 2 minutes. But what an exciting game it's been so far. E-Frag, have they taken the tactical timeouts?
No, and I don't know. I think the issue with it right now is obviously it's getting the trades at the end and playing better positions to make sure they aren't giving away free kills once they've got that pick. But it's hard to call a timeout on something that's the execution, the initial onset of the rounds are working out. Hence why we're seeing such close contests at the end of it.
The fundamentals and the approach to the bomb site's fine. I'm just not sure the
a little bit disorganized afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see how this one goes down now. They still can justify going the same sort of approach. I'm sure they'll end up back in the A-bomb side. Bubble just holding towards Toxic there, looking for any aggression coming in. This time it's a much more passive game coming in from Mousesports. Not going to be pushing anyone in or boosting anyone up, just going to be holding back and seeing what E-Frag have got on offer. Not a single orb purchased for E-Frag either as of yet. They're just relying on their strategy book to get them into bomb sites here. A boost does come in. Still have 4 smokes in their arsenal as well, so still a few more twists and turns left in this round.
So Nico fires toward mid, trying to preemptively take down anyone behind the wall. There is one player that's made it over boost in the process, and he's going to sacrifice mid. He's going to give this up. And in fact, they're going to go passive on A as well. So they expect, with all these smokes coming in, that it's going to be B, and it's actually a correct fake. It's worked perfectly to pull Mousesports away and into that position. Chris J, with the initial kill, is effectively redundant in the fact that E-Frag still want this A site. Bomb's not yet to cross, though, from A main. Good play from Spy Leader, though, getting into that Z connector. And Chris should have been more aware of that, knowing that they sacrificed mid and gave it up, that there would be a chance someone could be in a threatened position there.
What's good about this is right now, the CTs have to do a full retake with just 1 flashbang. They've smoked out of position right now. This should be the round. They've got great setups. They've got Spider looking towards mid. They only have to concentrate on CT spawn. Spider should be getting this kill towards the Z connector. Let's see, there it is. He gets the first one. That should be the round guaranteed now. Nico has to work for this one. He takes him down, brings it down to a 2-on-2. Surely this is the round now for E-Frag. They need this. If they lose this, it'd be absolutely devastating going forward. The bomb ticking away, that should seal the deal. Just next remaining on low HP as well. Finds the first one. Can he do this? Full defuse coming in. It shouldn't be enough to do it. And there he is. Dreamer finally gets E-Frag on the board map. It's happened. Clutch situation's finally working out for them. There's another one-on-one, but it happened.
We always know what happens in this scenario as well. 8-1, lost bonus reset. And they've got to make sure that
players went down
exactly. They've got to make sure they win this round in a convincing way, because they are going to get a mere 1,400.
Well, looking at the CT money, this round is huge for both teams. Whoever loses this is going to be on a potential double eco. So let's see how this one goes down. Chris J showing his aggression towards the B storage. Once again, he's actually pushed through aggressively. And that's going to be Bubble in that toxic area once again, waiting for him. Finally, he reaps some of the benefits of being patient. And now Speedy needs to reply here. He does spot Bubble towards that toxic area, but going to decide better over and fall back to the bomb site here. They're going to boost up, though. This is kind of interesting. You see this quite a lot these days. It's unorthodox to do at this stage once you lost a player, but they're desperate now for kill, and it's actually going to work out. There it is. It's actually really nice creative play that works out. Dennis getting a kill towards A storage as well, but Spider that does take him down. 3-on-3 now. With Nico, this aggression just relentless from the CTs. They want to keep finding these frags, and once again, the advantage does go towards E-Frag.
Let's see if this can work out on the retake attempt with 2 players left alive. 2 is less than 3, and it is not 5, Henry G.
That's true.
But next, going to try and jump over top of E-Box, covers off all the possible unorthodox and wide approaches that they have to make sure they check first. What they don't realize, and although Nex could have potentially found that had he waited longer, is that there is a player in middle, so Victor's going to catch Speedy, and that's going to be a bit frustrating for a guy like Nex who's checked it, and yet it doesn't end up being sufficient. It still costs him the opportunity in this round. So 1 versus 3. He can bang the head off Spy Leader all he wants. It might give him an escape plan down out A main, and that's exactly what it's going to do. So he can survive now because of that, but there's no way, as we can tell now, the round is going to work in his favor.
He was trying to make the terrorists go down with the bomb as well.
It's a bit clever, by the way, the guy in mid spamming into ward A main, knowing that that's where he had to have gone.
This is the boost coming in. Nice creative play here. Was a great response, but then just more aggression all over the map. Seems like NiKo really wants to take the game towards E-Frag here. He got punished once again. As I mentioned before, whoever lost that round will be going to an eco. It's going to be Mousesports this time. Next, saving an AK. An AK sometimes is enough, though, Matthew, to make something happen. Let's see where next will be heading. He's towards mid. But it's a full-on B play from E-Frag. This is the contact play. So walking in as close as you possibly can to the point in no return. Once you get to the bomb site, you explode the site. And the problem is, for Mousesports, they've gone for the full A stack here. So this should be a round where that'll save the AK and potentially some of the other upgraded pistols and armor as well. It's not really worth anything at this point. You can't win the rounds. You haven't got a kit. Oh, next has got a kit, to be fair, but when the bomb's down is this sort of setup, you don't really have a look in whatsoever, is my point.
The incredible thing is that even if you're getting stomped on the scoreboard, you keep the rounds in contention because look at how quickly the economy broke, and they can easily, with momentum shifting in their favor, start to accumulate rounds and make this something like a 9-6, 8-7.5, which would not at all be, that would actually be very good in this situation. So it just goes to show for all you young-minded Counter-Strike people out there, watching at home on the couch with your parents on a late, what day is it, Friday?
Friday.
Night? You can do things even when you're losing.
This is the thing, even when it's 8-0, there's still 7 rounds to play, right? You still have a lot to work to. Don't be disheartened at this point. Like, they got to 8-3 now. This could potentially be another Eco coming in for Mousesports. They did save an Acre. They actually can justify a reasonable buy. He'll be maybe a couple of pharmacists with the M4s. Next could drop. It won't be the worst buy in the world, but it certainly won't be the best. But E-Frag get that third round on the board. It's actually 3 in a row for them. So they're coming back to life here. And we have got to pause. I think it's the same issue that Bubble had before. And it's not going to have a huge effect on the game since they just won that round. But I think we're back into it already. Just a small little pause. Don't even worry about it.
I wasn't worried
about it. Well, you looked a bit worried. You looked a bit worried, man.
Why would I look worried? I'm sitting on the couch with Henry G.
Oh,
My life is amazing, and I'm going to shoot myself after the stream.
He's full disclosure. He's not. No one actually get worried about that. It's going to be fine. He's not going to kill himself.
Yeah, I'm not. Unless, that thing happens, but I'm not otherwise.
What's the thing?
The thing.
Oh, the bad thing. All right, yeah, okay. Fair enough. I'll keep you updated on that. Check my Twitter out. Anyway, we go into round number 12. No AWP. This is a very, very weak buy, actually, from Mousesports. They've been relying on the double orb setups and the aggression from Chris J and NiKo. This time they have one kid on next. He has saved that AK-47, but in terms of smokes to hold them off, they only have 2 remaining here. So if E-Frag just want to wait up and bleed them out and actually just enter the bomb sites in a similar fashion they did last round, that wouldn't actually be the worst idea in the world as we enter round number 12 here. Chris J, though, he's actually shown... I haven't seen this in a while, actually. You get into towards the B storage, you see if there's any presence there whatsoever. This boost coming in is actually kind of clever, just trying to find that first pick. If they don't find a pick, at least they gain some serious intel here. You can see the CTs reacting in according manner.
I mean, this is perfect, isn't it? This is exactly what we thought Mousesports would do, and it is Chris J and Dennis. So this is back to the very onset of this current roster when Dennis joined in with Mousesports, and he and Chris J, I said it, I think, immediately that was like almost a perfect duo if they could find a way to make it work. So I'm excited to see them still attempting it. It's unfortunate it doesn't work out in this particular round as a result of them being aggressive on B. They went passive on A, and E-Frag has found the opening. It's NiKo to go down first. Bubble boosted up is going to take Dennis as well, coming back through the vents from B. And it leaves them now to 5 versus 3. That rhymes with B, Henry G. Don't you see? You only need 1 syllable, not 3.
Keep going. This round's going to get good.
Well, that flash going to go in and hope to cross the narrow C because it's Speedy who needs to find his way in. But soon, if I keep drinking this apple juice, Henry, I'm going to have to pee. As Speedy will take down Victor. It's now down to he versus 2. Unfortunately, he's going to get caught out by Spy Leader in the end. And it's now 4 straight rounds for E-Frag.
So Mousesports with a very difficult buy going into that round. Needed to make something happen. Tried to find that opening pick. It was a nice idea to get to B storage. Bubble's been showing heavy presence towards that toxic area. They looked for him. They searched as hard as they could. Did the smoke and a new little boost as well, but didn't really amount to much. As then E-Frag standard A take from them in the end. Like I said, bleeding the CTs out for as long as possible. And Chris J now, He's actually gone all in, Matt. He's gone all in with the AWP. He's invested everything he possibly had. He wants to make something happen for his team. And I don't hate this because Chris J is one of those players that can do this, especially on a map like Cash. You can see him going aggressive once again towards B-Store. Just keep the camera on him, please. Let's see what he's going to do with this. And there it is. Burst shot comes in. Bubble waiting towards C-Spawn. And that's what we needed from Chris J that round. Now he can rotate. He's shown his presence towards B. He can mix it up, go towards middle, go towards A. He's hoping he can funnel all the terrorists back towards A and he can be there ready and waiting. So that's a really nice start there for round number 13. It's a huge risk here for Mousesports. And we'll leave him on almost nothing if they go to the next round after losing this one. But let's see what they can do. 5-on-4.
Finally, something to work with for Mousesports. We'll see if the Deagles can find a way. These guys are known for it. Nico, in particular, absolutely loves using that Deagle. We've seen it on pistol rounds with no armor. He's got so much confidence with the weapon. And Chris, off angle, switching over from B. Missing a shot, though, gives his position up. He needs to compensate for it and does. Victor not yet getting help from Dreamer, who's on the boost still. Means that... Okay, Chris. All right, Chris.
There he is.
He can get away with no trade,
you.
and that shot was absolutely perfect from Chris J. It's on Dennis now with the Deagles as both players pour into the A side. It's not a foregone conclusion yet because they needed to get Chris in position, and they do exactly that. 4 kills for him, and all of them have a massive impact.
That was so sick by Chris. Like, this is just a perfect round for him, like a godlike status round. The fact you can pick up an AWP, you're that confident in your own ability to go towards beach roads, find those picks, and just completely dominate middle like that. You can see how scared E-Frag were. Even after that first pick, they weren't sure what to do. They knew he was going to be wherever they went to, and he wins the round single-handedly. Really impressive stuff from the man. And now that should fill him with confidence. That's such a massive round for them to win. That could have cost them serious. A full-on A rush here from E-Frag, and they made their way into the side.
Good shot by Nico, doubling it up as well, making a triple. He's got all headshots so far, and he's not going to change that at all on NKL. Give him one more, and it's going to be the ace, and he's going to get it surely.
Nah,
Slow HP. All right, Bubble. Oh, that'll do it.
Bye. Oh, what?
Come on. Thank you, Nico.
Big round from Nico. Chris J steps in the round before. It's a difficult buy from E-Frag, but they have got 5 rifles, and Nico goes to town on them. There's nothing but headshots here. Absolutely sick. Nothing really to analyze, Matt. This guy is just an absolute machine when he gets rolling. 10-4 now. After E-Frag had that resurgence with 4 rounds in a row, Chris J brings Mousesports back to life, and now Nico chiming in as well. We're going to round number 15. Not really much to work with for the Bulgarians. They have got 2 AK-47s. The other 3 players, though, on Tech 9s, Desert Eagles, and P250s. You'd assume this could be 11-4, but never say never. Let's see what E-Frag can bring to the table.
Probably some Bulgarian goulash. This is potluck, right? I mean, we could have German schnitzel, goulash. I'll bring alcohol.
Are you just naming foods right now? Or?
Yeah, well, okay. You said bring to the table.
Right, okay.
I only had a pizza before this game, a whole pizza.
It was pretty good pizza,
hungry.
though. Shout out to whoever we got that from down the road.
Ooh la la?
Ooh la la, yeah.
I think that's actually what it's called. But Nico this time back in toward quad instead. He'll let Dennis cover off on the forklift as the fire will be set. Dreamer is in by the lockers. We can see his lovely laser beam. It's a frickin' laser coming back into the site. It was Dr. Evil, in case you're wondering.
Austin Powers.
Thanks, man. Dennis goes. That flash, how does he not get that kill? He has to secure that. It does do enough damage that Nico's easily able to pick it up, but Nico, what?
Oh,
This guy is absolutely insane, man.
I thought you were going to drop it. That was absolutely sick. Nico is playing out of his mind right now. If he keeps that up, God help E-Frag going forward. That's insane. Like, he just had like 2 godlike rounds in a row. That's pretty nuts. And there we go. He is playing out of his mind right now. He's currently sat on 20-5 after the first half. That's like, you can
and
see.
He's strat calling.
Look at that's what I'm talking about. You can't just blame strat calling on not
Listen
flagging.
to Dren. Listen, who else? Sean Gares at times, although I like Sean did a fantastic job of counter-stratting.
Right?
There's lots of players that like, oh, I'm calling, I can't get.
Yeah, because it's a bullshit excuse to fall back onto.
It's insane. Nico, I've got to take my hat off to this guy. If he's not in the top 20 at the end of next year, I will be disappointed.
Get a coach to help you out and be like Nico. Be like Fallen. You know what I'm saying, man?
All right. Actually, Fallen is another brilliant example of a caller who can still be more than a brilliant. And not only that, he's opping, so he can do
Honestly,
more than
some people
his
step up and say, you know what, I'm the leader, I'm the best fragger as well. So
there are some leaders in some cases that can shape things around their play style as well, but we see that less and less in CS than other particular titles. Nico, on the Deagle, I mentioned it, he'll do this without going raid boss. He will not get it dropped over. He'll buy it himself, and that way his teammates can still be not compromising, I suppose you could say. They could still have strength in their own play. He's confident enough with this Deagle to just go in and look for the headshots himself, and I wouldn't doubt it so far with the way that this particular half has gone for him so far as we start off the second one. It's going to be into B they go. Dreamer, though, speaking of the man that we knew had to step up and the man we thought would be the big contributing factor for E-Frag. He's got the first kill, that counter-entry kill that slows things down considerably. However, the bomb still gets by with that single smoke thrown out on the CT tree.
Bomb is down 5 and 4. Man advantage still for E-Frag, but no kits on them. They need to work faster. You can see them trying to retake from vents and upper. Speedy is patrolling towards middle. He comes with the backstab here. There's the first Deagle headshot from Nico. Chris J chiming in as well. 3 on 3, and unfortunately, backstab not working out, but it's going to secure the round anyway. Nico, he wants this last Deagle headshot. You know he's going to hit it as well. Unfortunately, not this time, as it still is a 1v1, but no kit, as I mentioned before. Chris J just needs to bide a little bit more time here. And that's enough as well. So Mousesports do take the pistol. Contact B play, very simple stuff. Working towards B, looking for any aggression coming in from the CTs, then burst onto the side. Lost to first man, but the bomb get planted. And decent setup, good exchanges. Wins in the round. Interesting enough, though, we have got the force spike coming from E-Frag once again. I think this one's more justified. They're so far gone in the game. They feel like they need to actually step up here. So Spy Leader, after getting a couple of kills, he will be going for a Famous and body armor. The rest of his teammates will be on upgraded pistols. We've got Desert Eagles, PT-50s and 5.7s.
Yeah, this is an interesting proposition to buy into this so aggressively, but what are we going to say it's going to be? I never like interrupting you, Henry. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I don't mind sometimes.
Good, because I'm going to keep doing it.
It's going to be...
I'm going to keep doing it.
From the CTs...
I told you I was going to keep doing it. Right then. 5 players right now going to the B side. But they have that position right now in the vents bubble. You can go ahead. I'll let you get your point out in a second after this round.
After this one, we do it.
That's Chris J, Nico. They'll be the ones to take the lead so far. In toward the B side. Dreamer in the back of it. The smoke already off on CT. But there it is. He manages to shuffle over to his right. There's the first shot from the Deagle. Next, he's down, but Dennis gets the return frag. And Dennis is going to grab the bomb as a result of that. A second smoke now going off toward the tree as well. That buys further time. It's got a slight gap, though, for Spy Leader. He's going to try and take advantage and push through it regardless. Meanwhile, Bubble's gotten into a great position, and with the 5-7, he can try and surprise them here. There's only 2 players left. That kill on Speedy might have just been enough to push the round over the edge. Instead, it's 2 the other way, and things stabilize for Mousesports, who look to find themselves on 13.
With no kit, though, this could be a very difficult clutch here. I'm sure Speedy's aware of the situation. He's not going to be fooled by this fake defuse coming in. It's this kill. NKO has to pull out the PT-50 here, making it trying to... Oh, it's a difficult situation when we had no choice but to really go for that. Really clever play from Speedy there. Big round for them to win. It's a full investment from E-Frag. And you can see how that's affected the cash going forward. Another simple round there. Just clean, concise calls from Nico coming in. Wants to make sure that they stay together as a wolf pack, and there's exchanging frags. It was a great shot from Dreamer to open things up, but wasn't quite enough to keep them in it. And Speedy...
Do you want to make that point now?
I can't even remember what it was.
Yeah, me neither.
I think it was to do with the CT economy or something. But, yeah, we will talk about that. It's all fine. You all know the game by now. Round number 18. Another force buy from E-Frag again. At this point, it feels like the game is a little bit too far out of reach. They just want to try and hopefully get a little bit of luck here and see what they can do. If they can get another force by working for them, they can find some Deagle headshots and take this round. There's a glimmer of hope, but they should be around they've lost. And then after losing this one, they're going to be at, $2,400. So if they lose this round, it's pretty much GG, Mappy. But hopefully they can do something with it. This one has been a complete runaway for Mousesports here.
I really like the MAC-10 on Nex in this case as well.
Yeah, of course.
He can just go ham.
The only problem is he's going up against 3 players of head armor. Obviously, you can't...
Sure, absolutely. And we talked about the EMP in that case. I still like the MAC-10.
No, of course, so do I.
So does James Bardoff.
Because the whole idea is even if you give it away and he's like the recon player, even if he drops that, it's not that devastating. You know what you're up against. You haven't given away an AK. He can go to the bomb sites first. And if there's a stack, even if he dies, he's normally going to take down 1 player with him. There's a stack, he can call it in. Here we go. It's going to be Nex with that MAC-10, which you love so much. He'll be going in first, presumably with just 1 flashbang. There's the flash, or the smoke towards spawn. There's the flash. And Nex going in first, that MAC-10. Can he find one with it?
Apparently not.
Oh, okay.
As that Deagle doesn't get anything. Nico going to get the second kill. It's all on NKL on the back of the site. He's gone as well. It's Nico with another one. As he continues to add to that total, surely he's got to be around 30 at this point, but it's irrelevant. It's not irrelevant. It is relevant, but...
23. So
that's it for Nico?
Yeah, we finished the first half.
I guess he had 20.
So
I thought it was
give him a
25.
chance.
I'm sorry. I thought it was 25. My mistake.
Okay.
Because then it would have been 28, and things would have made more sense.
I'll allow you to make 3 mistakes per game.
I've already
Which
made
is
like
normally
10.
you go way over that quota.
Yeah.
So-
Nico, that now he's at 24. I can keep track now because I actually
Okay.
know where we are. Point is, I was going to say it's irrelevant. All that cares that matters is the rounds on the scoreboard. But to get those rounds, it is relevant. And therefore, I've just made 2 mistakes, Henry G.
Yeah, you got 1 more to go.
You meant 3 a round, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, good.
Okay, then. So we go into round number 19. Let's have a look at the money for the CTs remaining. They've got 2K left. I think they've kind of rolled over and submitted at this point, Matt. They can't really do much with it. This round will take Mousesports into map point. It's 14-4, and this is a round they're almost guaranteed to win. E-Frag have decided not to buy up this round, or at least force into it. They've got Desert Eagles and PT50s once again, but losing this one takes Mousesports to map point, and then at that point, it's just not a matter of if, it's when. So Terrorists taking this very slowly. They would have felt the head armor in the last round. They know it's a full investment. Sticking together, keeping things solid. You can see one player, I assume it's Nico, towards middle. Yep, holding in for the rotations. That's the round secured. B-bomb site open for business. And the CTs desperately try and rotate in. They've just got 2 PT50s remaining. And the silenced USP. Not the best arsenal to equip going up against 5 very angry Mousesports players.
Chris J with another bomb plant. As you said, that last round essentially wrapped things up for this first map because of the situation with the economy, so there's not much they could have really done in this scenario other than stack and hope. We got some control of at least an exit point toward tree, but it's highly unlikely that Mousesports will take that approach, or rather escape route. Back toward B tunnels, far more likely. Just keep all 5 guns up and get this over with, put it on map point early, and E-Frag, an abysmal first map so far, it has to be said. Mousesports really dominating this one in so many fashions. Not to get a single round so far on their CT side, and it took them 8 just to get the 4 that they did on the T side itself, so.
And what can you do on that CT half when Nico's putting those kind of nuts round he was? Like, that's...
And the aggression was there from not just him as well.
Oh, that's the thing, right? Chris J
J
had some amazing rounds, but the fact that there's like 2 or 3 rounds when Nico just went absolute like godlike mode, like the fact he was actually just challenging people with an AK like 1-on-5, that's kind of sick, the stuff he was doing. But there we go, 15-4 has been hit. Finally, E-Frag gets some weapons to play with in the second half, but like I said, it's a little bit too little too late here. Chris J will be boosting up to the van by himself. Normally you have someone with you to kind of boost you up, but aggression coming in from E-Frag. Taking over the A storage and smoking off the entrance, at least gain some intel here. It's going to be Nico challenging NKL. This classic battle continues, and it's going to be NKL that takes it down this time. And he gets the better of Nico once again. Kind of interesting, they both play that position on both sides of the map. There we go, 5-on-4 in favor of E-Frag. Can they do something with this?
Well, it's a chance, is it not, to make a comeback, Henry? We've seen 15-4 on a scoreboard before. It went 79 rounds.
That was 15-5, to be fair.
Well, we could see 15-5, all right? Let's not rule it out just yet, Henry. Always the pessimist.
Or the realist.
I doubt it.
I doubt it, okay. Anyway, time ticking away. 50 seconds remain. Mousesports still with 3 smokes, Molotovs. It's not like the round's over. They only lost their first pick. That was Nika getting challenged by NKL on the aggression towards A storage. The problem is with the CTs now, they've got nothing. In terms of that bleed out, they're the ones who are left with nothing to hold off in terms of any pushes come in. If it is a full-on execution, it's going to come down to raw firepower from their end. And there's the smoke towards Highway, and you just smooth smoke towards Quad. It's actually a Molotov, and one player towards MBK. He's going to avoid the smokes, I said, yeah.
Double molly, and they almost cost themselves by looking away. They may still do so because Nex is on 3 HP. He's got to be so careful not to just walk into a single flame at that point as he tries to stay alive. Thankfully, Speedy puts out a further smoke to allow that to happen, but they didn't check the corner that they Molotoved, which was very peculiar to at least not hold the angle for about 3 seconds.
Molotov in Quad when they saw it, but then actually one of them did bounce towards MBK as well. So there we go then. We have got something to work with for E-Frag. 15-5, 10 in a row required. I was about to say double orb. Actually, a single orb coming out for Chris J on the T side here. No orbs for the CTs to speak of as of yet, as we enter round number 21. You can see no aggression coming into the CTs here. Looking like a very passive game from both sides. You can see if you look on the mini-map right now, how they're spread out very equally indeed. Everyone is having their own little challenge to contend with.
Nico gonna try and utilize this doorway. Talk about a window of opportunity, Henry. He's got a whole door before him.
He's opened it. He's trying to jump through it now.
Half the battle is opening up these opportunities in life. Now he just has to seize the moment, and all right, Nico. I was going to just meme the whole time, but that was actually pretty sick. The guy's just continuing to tear heads off. Smokes out, fast execution on toward the A site. They're going to slow it just a little bit to let that Molotov clear the corner, and now they'll flood in from the front of the site. They're actually, peculiar enough, using Nico to anchor and cover off the top of highway once that smoke dissipates. So a pop flash over the red crate means that they can just flood in toward the player holding on to A. It doesn't account for everyone else that's rotating, though. And it's a little bit lackluster in covering off these choke points. Speedy's left alive, 1 versus 2 coming in from highway. It's not a flashbang. He realizes it late. The second one, unfortunately, was. But he did get himself in position to avoid the damage coming out from Victor. And in turn, he'll throw a flash of his own. And around the corner, not spotted up due to the timing of said flash. But that smoke leaves a gap. Thankfully, he gets off of the ladder. That could have cost him everything. But what he doesn't, knows that Victor's above him. What a way to join Dennis. As the two of them look to try and shut down E-Frag. That's not going to be successful. They cut off next on the rotation. Dennis needs to get kills right now, and he needs to get away. 2 players, 4 over top of the edge of the site. Unfortunately, that's too many because he can't kill any of them. However, it is Nico yet again, as he's got 2 kills in this round with the pistol. And he's got 2 more to find as the bomb gets planted inside of the site. It's going to be, well, as simple as that for Victor, who is the Victor. Nico not able to find those means that finally E-Frag have a lead in a game that we're casting in this series.
E-Frag getting the opening pick there towards long A, but Nico salvaging the situation, did go one back, but it was just too much for them to hold off at that situation. E-Frag with some decent footing here into the second map. It is going to be a semi-force buy coming in from the CTs this round. They have opted to get some Desert Eagles and a couple of sets of body armor on Nico and Dennis. The rest of the guys, though, trying to keep the money a little bit more honest. You can see Chris J giving $1,000 there. The boost coming in. Nico not going to be giving in just yet. He wants to find a kill here, but unfortunately running out of bullets. Should be punished at this point. He's trying to knife them. It's not going to happen as Dreamer does take down 2 kills with the Tech Knife in the end. It was a little bit sloppy, but they got the job done. 4 and 3 in their favor. Should be able to overwhelm the B bomb site now. As next, Dennis and Chris J out of position, stuck in the connector room.
And it goes out. Dreamer goes down to 43. It's a little bit of help in terms of getting these pistols to secure the kills, but they've lost Chris J, and it's all left on Nex and Dennis so far. Neither of them able to do anything about much else in the round. In fact, that's the way it will end. Bomb down as well, so they had a lot of work to do before them, as it's now 2-0 for E-Frag.
CTs, you would assume, will be on a full eco this round. Chris J should be able to get an AWP in the next. Won't be the best buy in the world, though. PD50s and a USP this round for Mousesports. You see E-Frag responding accordingly. Have 2 players in the recon role. Mac 10 on Spy Leader. And KO is going to be keeping his Tech 9. Holding up. This will be not a long drawn out round. You assume full B stack coming in from Mousesports. Now changing their decision and opting to send everyone back to the A-bomb side.
And it's Chris J that's going to be the closest in terms of finding the treasure on the map. It's out toward long. In fact, Speedy instead gets himself in position and spots the shoulder of Spy Leader. The 5-7 actually wins. It's Nex instead, though. From a distance, not Speedy. You know, that's the big question, isn't it, Henry? There isn't one until now, when Chris J finds himself down in the dungeons and unfortunately unable to escape the fate of torture.
Yeah, well, that signals they're going to be going back towards the B bomb site. Should be able to get control of the drop-down room here as well. You can see the bomb is towards that area with Bubble. As 45 seconds remains, CTs have adjusted their setup once again. Terrorists should have full control of the situation.
Well, things looking to be quite quick and concise. Nico with the last kill, though, now picks up an SMG, and they've got the one-man advantage here, Mousesports, to try and take over the rounds as E-Frag, and well, they might actually get away with it. Dreamer turns back as much as E-Frag looking to lose it, but Dreamer holds it together. He gets the Tech 9 back up in time, and Nico, his heroics don't prevail. And that's why Dreamer is very much an integral part of this team.
That was crazy. The fact he got that last kill as well with 12 HP, you thought that was done. It was like you just had to land 1 bullet, and somehow the Mac 10 just didn't happen for him. And E-Frag do take the first 3 rounds in clean sweeps there. Was very precarious, but they managed to make it work. So Mousesports now with a difficult buy. I thought Chris J would have enough for an AWP. He's actually opted to go for the M4 for more utility-based play. As we go into round number 4 now. Shots being rattled off through the upper platform smokes there. Dreamer leading the charge, but they are waiting for some smokes to dissipate towards middle. Chris J and Dennis towards long A. That crossfire setup, seeing if they can make anything happen here.
Chris, this position works well so long as you have someone to distract and lure them in. Dangle the red cape in front of the colorblind bull, Henry, because I told you this at PGL. They are colorblind. They just like movement.
Yep. You did tell me that.
Did you actually remember something? Did you learn that nice flash, Dennis?
Looking like...
Listen, I know Gobby went to North America, but you don't need to write it on your application and resume as well that you would like to.
Full B play coming in from E-Frag. You can see everyone committed to this side of the map. They have got one smoke and a few flashbangs and a Molotov, so you'd assume they're going to try and get control of the drop-down room, then execute. But here it comes. The first flashbang does go in.
Well, things looking well again. Nico able to get one more, make it 2. As NKL follows in the footsteps of his deceased teammate, which apparently led to 6 feet under. However, as I say this, Spy Leader and Bubble, they open up the B side from the platform. And this is one of the things with that long angle that you have to cover off and so much space to defend inside of that B side. All right, Chris J, get 2 instead as the bomb gets planted. It means that all you really need is one entry at either position, and it scrambles the defense so much. Chris J holds it together, though. 3 very good kills from him, and it's going to be a defuse, meaning that E-Frag will not win the first gun round. And Henry, I have to make sure that you are clear on this. It's frag with an R, so you can keep your pants on.
Okay. Save the best material to this game, I see. Anyway, Nico and Chris J, that tag team combo, doing some serious work there. Chris J with 3 frags with the rifle will be upgrading to an AWP. Full retake coming in from the last round. Chris J prevailing. We're going to round number 5 now. E-Frag after winning 3-0. Definitely have enough to buy here. Chris J going aggressive, of course, towards an upper platform. Gets the first kill as well. Had a headshot coming. I think that was onto one of the T players as Victor does take down Speedy. Still a 4-on-4. And they have got control of the drop-down room now as well.
Chris J, that smoke. A little bit late to deploy because they've already dropped in, but it's still going to hold off until execution does erupt. And I literally mean that because it's going to be an explosion onto the bomb site. But it means Chris has to change his angle. He goes to the statue instead. Still finds Spy Leader. Won't be chicken coop, but Chris showing off some skill as Dreamer goes down. It's traded in the end by NKL, but he's now left alive versus 2.
Has good control, though. We'll be able to get a plan here pretty comfortably. CT players, need to stick together, make sure they're trading frags effectively. Should be a pretty simple ordeal. Both towards the drop-down area, sticking together. There it is. Just making sure there's 2 targets to hit. Next is the one to seal the deal there, and they'll salvage an AWP. I'm sure we've got a little replay coming up here. This will be the Chris J play. Somehow manages to find the headshot here in the second player. Really nice shot from him there. Boom. And there it is. The second round on the board for Mousesports and broken the economy for E-Frag as well. NKO did get the bomb down. They could buy here if they wanted to. Wouldn't be the best buy. You can see 2 players will be on Galil's and one on a CZ, it looks like, Spy Leader. I would have thought they would maybe take that run a little easier, but they're going to go for it. So Spy Leader just on the CZ. Still definitely a viable round going forward. All came down to that bomb plant from NKL with the extra $800. They're going to be focusing more towards the A side of the map this time. Victor and Spy Leader getting heavy control towards middle. Chris J, this time not towards B, he's on A. And it's a fast take coming in from the Bulgarian side.
Next, back up toward the mid connector, so because he's got information from his teammates that's been relayed. Things are looking hot and a little bit hard to handle, Henry, over on the A site. I know that's how you like it, but Mouse, they would like to neutralize that situation before it gets out of hand. As NKL is going to get Speedy. This is actually favoring E-Frag. Big extension. A wide peek from Dennis nearly leaves him exposed to 2 players, but next, and he managed to combine and get 2 quick kills. And they're going to go for a bit of an unorthodox headshot boost rather than getting up on the actual wall itself. And I'm not sure that was intended, but it might have worked out. Nonetheless, it puts Dennis at cannons, which is the most overlooked, for whatever reason, spot in the entirety of this A site.
We've got 2 players here for the CTs, Nico and Dennis, very low HP. Definitely a winnable
Actually,
situation.
interestingly enough, their HP at 15 and 3 combines to be the 18.
That's not interesting.
It's a little bit interesting.
Stat.
Mathematics apply here, Henry. Why do you always have to kill the things that are neat?
Because I'm trying to teach you.
It's coincidence.
How to think. Right now, it's not
told
working.
You it was overlooked.
3-3 though. Great round from Next there, actually. Recovering the situation. Fast 8-8 coming in from E-Frag. Unfortunately for them, not going to work out. 3 in a row for Mousesports. Great play from Dennis as well on the bomb side. Did well to even stay alive. And now this will be, I was about to say, a full save coming in from E-Frag. They are at 3-stage loss bonus, so $2,400 coming in. They are going to decide to spend some of that cash on upgrading their pistols, some head armor as well, and 1 smoke and 2 flashes. You'd assume you have to act faster. That 1 smoke being used already, and a fast drop-down take coming in.
Well, things looking well for E-Frag on the initial approach to the bomb site, but Speedy answers back with 2. Next, he'll take 2 of his own. called that one before it happened because Dreamer was in the air. He couldn't fire back, Henry. That's how physics work in Counter-Strike. As Spy Leader left in 1 versus 4, I'm just teaching you how to think.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I know you don't think very often.
I think all the time. I'm always thinking.
Yeah, probably too much. Typically about rolled sleeves and a pack of darts underneath them.
Darts?
Looking like James Dean and Morrissey.
Normally the 50s look, you have a short sleeve shirt, right? And then you have a pack of cigarettes.
You think about
And I actually used to do that when I was in university. I, used to think
knew
was
it.
a
I
badass
knew
look.
it.
I think it was so badass, but not anymore. I might do it one day.
Do you call them darts in the UK too?
No, I've never heard that expression.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's an
Darts.
East Coast of Canada term.
Yeah. Got some darts.
Yeah.
Hey, got some darts. That's quite a cool word, actually.
Yeah.
my start using that. Although I quit smoking recently. I went towards vaporizing, so that wouldn't work. It's not that traditional, to be fair. So don't smoke, kids at home. Whatever you do, it's not cool. It's not clever.
It's actually not cool.
It is kind of cool.
No,
but
it's not cool
it's
at all.
definitely not a good idea.
I don't ever understand that. Like your breath and mouth taste so bad. That if you ever want to
I'm not gonna
kiss
I'm
a
not gonna
girl
go
after
down
she's
smoking.
smoking a cigarette, like smoked a cigarette, it's disgusting.
I like girls that smoke. I'm not
Oh
gonna
my
lie.
God, Henry.
It's just a little.
I mean, you like boys that smoke too, so I understand it. But man, come on.
Anyway.
What other words have you learned? I think smoke show and bombshell are two good
Bombshell
ones.
is one of the best things, or best expressions you ever told me.
Yeah. Well, smoke show. So smoke show is a really hot girl. Like we're talking 8 or 9, but bombshell is reserved for the 10s.
Yeah, it's a very special occasion where you can drop a bombshell quote on someone. But we don't ever say that. We never judge women by numbers or anything. We're not like that. Are we?
I don't swipe right or left strictly depending on their looks. I totally do it for personality, Henry.
Exactly. That's what we're all about here. What is the official name for our duo, by the way? I'm still trying to work it out.
Yeah, is it Henry Kist or is it Sato G? I don't know. We haven't figured it out. Someone give us a name.
I think Sato G is good. That kind
G?
of rolls off the tongue quite nicely. Henry Kiss is a bit too exclusive for me.
Sounds like you made out with yourself.
Yeah, Henry
or
Kiss.
Someone kissed you. I mean, I do it off camera, but we don't need to name ourselves. If someone could come up with a better...
Just love to chat coming in now. Sexist. That's what I'm becoming.
If someone can come in with... Your mother is a bombshell.
Yeah.
You've clearly not seen my mother. If you could come up with a name for our duo and tweet it to me that's better than Sato G, which I think is too much about me, but see, we got this weird thing going on. If you can, just let us know. And no, it can't be anything homophobic. Just gonna put that down. Because I know someone's gonna do Kappa Pride. Just Kappa Pride duo or something. So
It'd work.
it would work.
We're proud.
Loud and proud.
Anyway, we're back into it. I'm not sure what pause it was. We were talking shit for the whole time, so I assume it was maybe technical, maybe tactical, who knows? So we'll just assume it was a technical pause.
I just want to apologize, by the way, because my mom does often watch these games, and Mom, that was not meant to be anything personal.
B-Rush coming in, Matt. Please, would you take it away?
I will. I will take the whole round away, as Speedy's live's been taken away by Dreamer. That starts off with the AK-47 to make things a little bit interesting early on. Dreamer himself, though, goes down to 47 in the exchange, but that's inconsequential to the fact that they have a man advantage in the round. Next, waiting for the flash to come in, is going to get blinded up by that. Didn't quite time it correctly, and that puts Victor in a really good position. However, Nico and Dennis able to get the trade kills immediately. NKL goes down late. It's still 3 versus 3, and Nico, with only 16 HP, luckily got in behind the rock just far enough to take only 2 damage from a nade that detonated in close proximity to him. In the end, though, it's all for naught as he goes down to Dreamer, and it leaves just Dennis and Chris J. Dennis, gonna get aggressive. Quick little pop flash into the smoke, not quite getting through it in time to deny the bomb plant, but he gets in position to get at least 1 kill. Chris goes down instead, so it's a 1 versus 2, but good awareness as Dennis. He turns almost 180 degrees to find Bubble trying to flank, and a very quick tap. He knows where Dreamer's playing from, but Dreamer now knows it's a fake and won't go for the peek.
I like
Dennis
this,
just gonna wait. And he's not peeking still, Dreamer, and he's gonna win it as well. Very well done, and immediately to identify that it was a fake on the bomb plant, and then play the angles to his advantage.
But it was clever from both players, right? The fact that Dennis has touched the bomb and Dreamy gave his position away, you'd assume he'd stay by the bomb and try and do another fake defuse. The fact he walked in and was assertive about it and jumped up there on the platform, that was actually a very viable option for him. So you can see now, Mousesports are an interesting decision going forward. They have got Chris J back in the AWP. They need the talisman of the team to step up here. Full of players towards top and middle, unable to land the shot. Uncharacteristically, not landing it. You thought that was a shot he would hit all day long, but unfortunately just getting the vision, but not able to do anything with it though. There he does respond, taking an NKL is quickly neutralized by Bubble. The problem is, The AWP was really all they had that round. They've got UMPs, FAMASs, Max 7s, and one M4. No kits. They needed Chris J to go big there, like he did on Cash. Wasn't meant to be this time.
Oh, excuse me. Fear makes me on sometimes. I mean, apple juice, sorry.
Yeah.
Dennis, crossfire position set down toward the dungeons. I'm going to start naming it that instead. I think it has a more mysterious and alluring sound to it than mid, because truthfully, it's not really the middle of the map, Henry. As Dennis is going to get the kill on Dreamer. And they'll continue to push forward where Victor waits, but he's got a key to apparently get us away from this jungle dungeon. I've already messed it up. Next is going to get the trade kill.
UMP somehow working out, as Bubble is the last remaining player. Sorry, Murray, Matt, I will save you from your pit of despair.
Cheers.
No,
literally, cheers.
Okay. Bubble, 19 HP. Somehow, though, I was going to say he's getting away with that position on towards next. They win the round with a little bit of a nightmare by there. They pick up the AWP as well. Chris J needs to go massive there. I only take down one, but the rest of his team stepping up with the lesser weapons there. Brings him back into it. 5 plays 4 now. This is a great half so far for Mousesports. May I remind you, this is a very T-sided map these days. Like a lot of top teams, especially, will be aiming for like 5 or 6 rounds of the CT half just to kind of say, oh, that's actually not too bad. So
this
the
is
fact they're in the
actually
lead.
the most ideal time for these WMPs to come out because there is an armor force by on Tech 9.
It means you have the running potential with the Tech 9s as well. You can actually go toe-to-toe with them in that respect.
And you get the armor penetration. I mean, it's brilliant. And whoever's keeping track of the economy right now on the Mousesports side is doing a great job of understanding the situation that a Tech 9 force is most likely scenario. That's exactly the case, and it's been absolutely perfect. Dennis is on 1 HP, but he can just fade away with that AK-47, stay alive, and it'll all come down to his teammates to close the round. That's exactly what happens. It's Speedy, the latest person to be cut. Actually, that's not true. Gabi was. The second most latest person to be cut, and the latest addition
Nico was
to the
cut,
team.
and Speedy was cut. Now everyone's back and everyone's friends again, so it's all fine.
I'm not your friend.
Yeah, but we're nothing to do with this. We're just here. We don't choose to be together. We're just made to be. Mousesports, on the other hand, like each other. So, oh, bit of steam community there. Feels like the spectators having a meltdown, but it's fine. And as we go into round number 11, full eco coming in for E-Frag here, and so Mousesports definitely can justify these UMPs going forward, and they will absolutely rip apart and chew through the bodies of the Bulgarians here as we go into round number 11. Have spotted 2 players towards middle here. Nico smoking off towards long A. He's going to clean up this round. You can feel it's coming. Gets the first one, taking down Spy Leader. And here comes the execution from E-Frag. There it is. All the frags for the UMPs coming in.
Yeah, as soon as we switch to him, though, the Observer curse, Nico goes down. It's Chris J next, closed the round 7-4. Mousesports with a 3-round lead on this CT side. And having already won the first map in a very convincing fashion, are looking in good stead to move forward today.
They lost the pistol as well, and they're 7-4 up on the CT side of Cobble.
You make an excellent point for the first time in your life.
Very impressive, half of them so far, considering the scoreline, but definitely not over yet. E-Frag still with a few windows that haven't been shut just yet. 12th round here. They have got full rifles. I have to say, 1 Galil on towards Spy Leader. Not a huge amount of utility. Have got smoke grenades, no Molotovs. And Chris J's back towards middle. Double AWP setup this time. Nico towards B, Chris J towards middle. Actually unlucky there. Does manage to leg shot Spy Leader, but gets taken down and punished for it. Great opportunity now for E-Frag to get back into this.
Let's see if they can seize that moment, though, because Nico getting aggressive again with the peak. The B-long position is going to pull this back to 4-4. This is even more aggressive. All right, Nico. Good for Bubble. He spotted him up. I thought that he may, because he just was protruding beyond the end. And remember, that AWP barrel does stick forward quite obviously, so Bubble was in good position. It was a matter of timing. It was about 4 footsteps the difference, and he might have been in a safe position. Nonetheless, it's Next and Speedy to get the ensuing kills. 1 to NKL, but Dennis immediately trades on him, and it's down to just Spy Leader versus 2. However, this is a decent position for Spy Leader. Well thought out, and calculated by Next that if he went into drop room, that was a huge possibility.
Another round going in favour of Mousesports there. E-Frag trying to do what they can towards that B bomb site with limited utility, but great crossfires from Mousesports. Hold strong this time. And looks like another eco once again coming from E-Frag. They're going to justify some upgraded pistols here. And slowly but surely, Mousesports digging their heels in here. Making a really solid case here in the first half of Cobble to get a 2-0. If you're just joining us, it's the best of 3. It's not an elimination phase. It's just, if we lose this game, we're going down to the lower bracket. But still, this has been the most exciting game in terms of matchups we had so far in the tournament. And it'll be a great morale boost. There's another B execution coming in. Nico doing work once more. Does get taken down by Victor in the end. Bomb just want to get planted here by E-Frag. So next that goes down, just going to be Spy Leader remaining now. And you feel like he's not long for this world as he's hiding behind that box as Dennis is the one to finish him off. 3 players survive for Mousesports, and that puts the scoreline to 9 plays 4. No orbs purchased so far for E-Frag, Matt. They're just being fully focused on this rifle setup, trying to gain control towards B or A. They haven't really been trying to work picks. It's been a very tunnel vision decision so far. And they haven't really tried any serious executes. It's all been very pick-based play. Chris J now with the AWP back towards long A. Be interested to see whether he decides to go aggressive here. Waiting for flashbangs to come in towards him. This could be Molotoving off towards long A and trying to see if he can work a pick here. Has got backup as well.
Backup's a good thing to have, Henry.
Sometimes.
It's nice when you go to the bar and the Tinder date ditches you to have backup. It's one such example.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Well, this one time in Bucharest, the first night we went out, you did kind of cock-block me. Chris J, great flash in. Actually took advantage of a smoke that came down from the terrorist, but Victor, he's just going to assassinate them both. Walks through and headshots 2 players very quickly. And he goes down to 1 HP in the process, but manages to at least keep himself alive, and that is crucial because now he can at least go for a trade kill at the right moment. Should that present itself, Speedy's going to work his way up to the stables, play more aggressively, try and catch them off because he has the information they're out toward long A. What they don't have a perfect coverage for just yet is the dungeons, and that's why Nico's now going to shift, cover that position, but Speedy's going to be the man that comes under threat.
3 players remaining for Mousesports here. Difficult defense considering 4 players from E-Frag are making their way to the A-bomb side. Still have a couple of smokes. That's going to help though. Speedy gets the first one. Make it a double for him as well. Nico chiming in. The round's been shut down somehow. The disadvantage going in favor of Mousesports, and that's a 10th round on the board as well. Speedy, really impressive series from him so far. You can see him playing behind this fence area, doing absolute work. Solid shots from him, and gets the bomb down and secures it for Mousesports. 10-4. This might be another scenario, Matthew, where I feel like E-Frag are getting to the point of no return. They need this last round to keep in this one.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the 4 rounds only come out for E-Frag on Cash. It was 4 in a row, in fact, when they started to break the economy, but they got nothing going on their CT side, and it's something similar here that could start to deter their courage moving forward in this entire tournament if they don't find a response. This is definitely something that they wouldn't have expected. We saw how disappointed they looked after the first game as another passive approach, but this time with 4 members. No one, interestingly, with 4 members in B on the stack, playing toward that platform position. They covered off drop for an early push, or a potential early push. Now they're going to try and boost up and cover off that hole in the wall, and no map control really being gained right now on all of this from E-Frag to take advantage of it. Sure, they're clearing dungeons. We can see Victor and Spy Leader in those positions, but they still have so many angles to cover off, and in fact, they're going to give up on A and head back to B, where they've got even less information.
Well, they still have 1 minute remaining, and judging by their utility, they have 2 smokes as well, so could do something with this. I assume they'll try and go for drop-down control first and then execute onto the B-bomb site. You can see the CT's actually got to allow it to be quite a thin setup here. Dennis is on the upper platform quite aggressively. Next, he's going to be backing him up, looking towards drop-down as well. But Dennis is feeling it. He wants to go for this first frag and locked him down before they even have a chance to get it to the bomb site.
And there we go, Dennis. He's been spotted in here now. Good Molotov through will do damage to the second player, Dreamer, but he doesn't have confidence to go because his teammate's already in. It's Victor down with the immediate trade, and Spy Leader and Bubble each with a kill, and make that 2 now for Spy Leader means that it's a great entrance in 4 versus 2, but Speedy, as we look at him, is in a very good position. Spy Leader's going to have the comfort. Oh, he's got to nail them both. He's got to go for it. They now know he's there. Great position with that smoke. Chris J still finds him, peculiarly enough. And Bubble on such low HP, there's 8 seconds. If he gets there, he can try and deny it, but they're both so low on HP, it doesn't matter. Speedy, he's going to continue on with this great series. And a Defuse coming in, 11-4 at the half.
That's a sick round by Speedy. 4 kills for him. As soon as I saw him set up in KFC there, you knew he was going to do some serious work. He's one of the players who normally gets disregarded in terms of the headline acts here on Mousesports. But in terms of this series, it's been absolutely crazy for him. Great round and a 2-on-1 clutch to finish things off. Lovely little shot here on the upper platform. And the 1-on-1, although he had to land 1 bullet, he had 15 HP himself, and he gets it. It's such a massive difference between 10-5 and 11-4. Hi, I was standing up and going a bit crazy that round, so that's why I look at it weird.
Interesting that your crotch was level with my head, Henry. I can't figure out what we were doing. Did you know we're about to go live in the second half? 11-4 for the second time between these 2 teams, and Mousesports going on to the favorable side this time. Not the T side of Cash that we saw last time. It's T side of Cobble. Very different proposition.
Just watching that back on.
Well, let's get into it. Will you analyze the buy for me, Henry?
I will do that for you right now. I'm going to stand up and do it again. So we've got Mousesports now. Huge advance going into this. A lot less pressure going into the T-pistol here. 3 sets of armor. 2 smokes. Speedy and Nico with those as well. They're going to be focusing on the B bomb site here. And it's going to be aggressive play now from Nico, getting into that upper platform area. 4 sets of armor for E-Frag. 1 kit on NKL. They haven't really got anything to work with in terms of retake. So this is going to be interesting. Here's the play. Nothing to hold them off, as I mentioned before.
Nico's onto the platform, and he hasn't gone this time peculiarly enough for that Deagle buy. He went utility, which means they had an execution-based plan. Those utilities are gone, and they haven't executed. Now, this is even more peculiar, is that E-Frag finally, for once, has the confidence to try and change things up, to take the initial fight and the aggression. They take so much map control, and when Mouse rotates back, that's another bomb down. They can just control this situation.
Not only just yet, though. We got a 3-on-2 situation with 1 minute remaining as well. Bubble may go down here. He's got 2 Ts to contend with. If he gets 1, that'll be fantastic. He's running out of bullets. And Dreamer coming in to back him up. That should be the round tied up there. Dreamer actually gets both in the end. So E-Frag with the 5th round and a much-needed pistol round. It has to be said, that was do or die time, and they finally managed to react. Mousesports heading towards the B bomb site, and you can see effective rotates from E-Frag towards the top middle. Catch the change of stance from Mousesports saying, get that first pick and send them into panic. So nice work from them. As we head into round number 2, not a full force buy coming from Mousesports here. There's going to get some upgraded pistols, some armor, and Chris J and Speedy keeping themselves honest as Nika's going in with the Deagle. He wants to find something with this. He is very deadly with his weapon. Not going to happen today, though, as Dreamer is the one to take him down.
And 1 member lost
sit down
already. Now. Will you? Thank you. Because I have to talk. I can't have a mouthful anyway, so. Victor's going to go back onto the bomb site. M4 goes on top of the hut, try to see down toward the dungeons, and Dennis and Nex are approaching the A site, but it's not into that position. They're looking at the A long right now instead. They'll clear danger just to be sure that there is none of that. And having realized it'll be a set execution, however, Spy Leader's approached into an aggressive position as well. And he'll cover off this CT side of mid. As we say all of this, though, it's just actually about getting information right now on the Mousesports side because they're slowly leading off toward B. And interestingly enough, without doing much at all, they've caused a rotation of the 3rd member. It will be back toward at least the connector door when they execute and drop in, which means they've got some space, some distance cleared, but interesting that E-Frag were that quick to try and get away from this site. Nonetheless, they're being so far perfect on this counter entry. They've got 3 kills, 1 lost. And it's just Nex remaining, and Victor's going to clean up those 2 kills quite quickly. 11-6 now our score.
Not really much going on in that round for Mousesports. Didn't invest too heavily into it. Had some pistol upgraded armor, not a huge amount of utility, so got to be investing for nothing into this rank. You see, Speedy has purchased 1 smoke. I'd assume, I'm trying to work out maybe towards drop down the left-hand side of it, try and burst his way for connector, something like that. Try and do something a little bit unorthodox. Let's see where they decide to go with this one. Maybe I'm right here, Maz. They're actually sending a lot of players to in towards. If I get this completely right, I'm going to be crazy. Let's see what they're going to do. Speedy setting them up. He's getting close, he's getting it right.
Nade, though, that was pretty desperate that it almost took out HB from all, but it landed at 1 player's feet. Nico, in fact, that took most of it away. NKL, Bubble, they are going to combine. They're going to hold the angles, and Spy Leader will come in to close out the round. It's now 11-7. It's not that much of a difference. It's only a 4-round spread, and as we know, the way the economy works, if they can force a break and get 2-round spread, we get within much, what am I trying to say? Much closer game that can easily shift that quickly. That's
good point, my friend.
Thank you.
We've got to.
How's the apple?
If they win some rounds, they will have a close game. That is very true.
Thanks, man. Look at Chris J.
What's he doing?
Well, look at the overlay and tell me what he's doing, Henry.
He's got the Krieg out. It's a weapon he's definitely not shy to buy. He's got the Bulldozer skin as well, one of my favorites. As we go into round number 19, it's definitely a weapon that's very viable on Cobble, because obviously you have very long-range angles. The 1-tap, 100% bullet accuracy on the first bullet as well. It's fantastic. Let's see if we can do anything with it.
Hello, chicken. How are you?
Friendly chicken.
Did you know that the longest flight of a chicken?
You forgot the time.
13 seconds.
It was 18 seconds, you said?
13 seconds.
You said 18 before?
I'm going to Google it. You cast.
Okay, we're going into round number 19 now. 5 rifles, not a single AWP for both teams. You can see Mousesports now setting themselves up for an A-side attack here. Nico has been working towards the drop-down area and actually gets that first kill on NK as well. That's going to be devastating. In terms of the actual setup for the CTs, not going to peel anyone away just yet. They're actually reading the situation quite well. They've put all their eggs in one proverbial basket here.
13 seconds. Suck it.
Okay.
That was easy. Apparently all I have to do is ask. Good crossfire set. Victor Spy Leader contributing again. And the disadvantage continues to be an issue right now for Mousesports as everyone's low on HP. Dennis on 45 and Speedy with only 13 to go. They're going to try and work onto this A site regardless. There's 27 seconds left to work with, and they're pretty much committed in this case because we know the rotation's back to be are so long. Dennis checks the corner. That's a free kill, and as we saw that Speedy found bubble, suddenly there's a huge opportunity into this round, but it's Dreamer on the flank. One down already, and a very quick kill on his Speedy. Although he falls away and gives the bomb back to Dennis, it means it'll be planted with this 8-second timer. It does mean a one-on-one is extremely possible for Dreamer.
For someone.
Also Dennis, yes, if you want to get technical. But with 45 HP, you'd have to think Dreamer has the advantage. Dennis, I think, just spotted him, though, heading over to the right. He's already going to cover this angle off from the van, and Dreamer's going to walk into it. Will he get the upper hand, though? He spots the shadow and fires too soon. Dreamer instead gets the kill in return, and E-Frag will pick up round number 8.
He felt like he had the perfect position there, set up behind that APC, looking like he knew exactly where he's coming from. Dreamer should have been walking to this cross, as you mentioned, though. Spotted the shadow first and got a little bit too trigger happy. And the round not working out for them. So 4 in a row now for E-Frag. Mousesports still combined to this. They have 4K average. Gonna decide to go for the conservative play. I like this from Nico. He's calling, you know what, we want to do this properly. We want to do a full execution next round. We're going to actually try and utilize our best players. Let's not get ourselves into a rut. Let's just partial by this time. We're going to be a maximum loss bonus next round anyway, so let's just utilize that and not put ourselves under pressure here. So they're going to execute, smoking off some key areas, flashing through, and see if they can cause some chaos here with the Tech 9s.
Well, things are looking well to Mousesports side of the field because Chris J has cleared off his initial approach, but it's going to be responded, in fact, equaled as NKL. He's going to take it one further as he gets Chris J. And this is what the Tech 9 tries to fire down the alleyway, and initially this force by, or rather quasi, whatever you want to call this, Henry G. I don't know, you've got some weird words in your vocabulary, is actually working quite well for Mousesports. Further that up, it's Dennis and Nico. They've each gotten a kill. It's down to the one-on-one, though, and from the distance, it's Dennis to hold on. And the Tech 9s win the round. That's 12 now for Mousesports.
That's a crazy round.
Big shift in the economy. There's still reasonable money in Dreamer's wallet, much like Spy Leader's purse, but the rest of them are limited. They're going to force regardless.
Why Spy Leader got a purse?
Look, I can't be the choose here. I just looked in there and saw something pink sitting behind the monitor.
Well, that's a huge round. That was the one
I think he borrowed it from you.
They were trying to just get the bomb down in the situation. Somehow the Tech 9s prevail, and all of a sudden, like he said, it gets very interesting in terms of the economy. Mousesports were just saving that round. They've got full control this time. Christian with the AWP. E-Frag with Famises and M4s, no kits, and very little utility. One smoke remaining. They've been bled out before the round's even begun. So Mousesports in such a fantastic position here going forward. If they win this round, it's an eco for E-Frag. And that could potentially mean the game as well. So E-Frag needs to be so careful here with their decisions. Let's have a look at the setup for them so far. It's going to be 3 players towards B. Nico once again showing his aggression there, but he's the one-man army. This time that army has been eradicated. As now that is a 5-on-4 in favor of E-Frag. But the oppression is on the other side of the map here. As Nex and Speedy working together, trying to take down Bubble in the middle.
Speedy with Nex, they combine very quickly for 2 for eggs that will change the complexion of the round in a massive stead, because watch Dennis coming in from Staples. The one thing that he might not spot is Victor. He's just far enough ahead. That flash, though, will allow the entry. They're going to spot him. Where's the response? Victor with a kill. Where's the communication? Dennis, you'd think would look over that direction, but he's worried about other things right now as he continues to clear off the balcony. And fortunately, they have got that kill on him regardless. It's NKL, the last alive, dropping Dennis. They don't necessarily need to face him on this cross with that smoke, but as soon as he goes through, it's Chris J waiting to hold on to it. And what a great kill from him. He's been a little quieter this game with 14, but still having a pretty successful contribution. Speedy is the one that leads the way on 21 frags total.
Do you see what I mean about this? The fact, they're force buying into him, Matt. Okay, this is it now, pretty much. If they lose this round, that's the money reset this time. And they've gone all in. So round number 22, 13 plays 8 in favor of Mousesports. E-Frag has done a full investment with the pistols. Need to make something work. It's not the best smoke towards upper platform either. I can see a gap into it. Chris J is going to take that all day long and see what he can do with it. 3 players from E-Frag towards the A bomb site. You can see Christian has been boosted up now, just kind of get a bit of more of a bird's eye view in front of that smoke. This would be an amazing round for E-Frag to win, but I just don't see it happening. And they go into the next round with $2,400 after this full investment, so it's just a must-win situation. Lose this one is 14-8, and then they have got nothing to work with. It's pretty much over, so let's see what they can do here.
Victor, quiet, steady, eventually gets loud. How does Speedy not win that duel?
No idea.
But Nex is going to at least get the trade. Watch this interesting position from Dreamer, though.
This actually is kind of interesting, you're right. It just depends whether he gets lucky. Nex is feeling a little bit aggressive here, making his way back towards mid, but I think it actually might happen here. Dancing with the devil, this Dreamer is...
Devil's already been eliminated from the tournament, bro.
True, he's gone. He's gone home.
But you could say Dreamer might have a nightmare because they're not going that direction. So despite this good and clever play, it could actually turn out to be worse because there's a player lurking over into A. If he went back through the tunnels, which he's going to do right now, Dreamer... Okay, no, Nico was still looking at A. Could have gone down. Regardless, look at E-Frag's response on the site itself as they kill off everyone walking in from that long platform, and it's a great round from E-Frag, a round that potentially should not have gone their way at all. And Mousesports stick on 13, but E-Frag closed that gap up slightly and forced the economy of the terrorists. They'll go for pistols instead.
Interesting round there from E-Frag. The fact they actually managed to force by with the pistols and make it work for them. There's great awareness, pushing into aggressive positions when it worked out for them. Get that initial kill from onto Speedy. Dreamer with the back step straight away as well. The CZ's prevailing. As we're into round number 23 now, a lifeline for E-Frag perhaps, as they've broken the economy for Mousesports, Desert Eagles, and nothing really else to speak of apart from a couple of Tech-9s and a P250.
Sorry, bro, in the middle of a Tinder message.
Who's it to? Jacqueline. How is she, all right?
I don't know, she's super like me though, so.
She's super like
Obviously, she has no standards.
Or she's blind.
Makes sense as well. NKL opening up against Nico. Good start. Pistol's not able to get any kills so far in the round as Christian makes his way to stables. Seemingly undetected, but you can lead a horse to water and you can't make him drink. It's Victor that's going to go ahead and tranquilize the poor bastard. Has Bubble now to take down Dennis as well. Leaves just Nex remaining by the time I get to catch up on the words. We lost Speedy in the process. A 5 versus 1 for Nex isn't going to go anywhere.
There we go. E-Frag bringing it to double figures. Something to work with here. Nico once again bringing out a UMP. We saw him yesterday bringing out that weapon a lot. Seems to be very confident on this map especially. It's not the best buy in the world for Mousesports. They've got a UMP and a Tech-9 and Chris J. Weapon anyone in the hands of someone so powerful, the AWP, but E-Frag slowly but surely getting back into this series after the initial 11-4 deficit. Full V-rush coming in now.
And the rush so far successful as Nico finds that opening kill. It's only 3 rounds between the two teams now, and although the lost round bonus is accumulating in favor of Mouse, E-Frag have a chance to try and continue to close the momentum, but Victor soon realizes that his teammates have all deceased, and the bomb planted means they're going to look for the save instead, as he doesn't need to throw away economy that really hasn't established itself at all. Yeah, exactly.
But they can buy next round. They only get 1,400, but looking at their team, they've got about average of 3K. Well, actually, maybe more than that, maybe 3.3K. And they'll have enough to buy next round. If you can save the AK, that only boosts it. But I'm more interested in what Jacqueline's got to say.
You can read it if you want.
We read this out?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? I am fine, how are you? Tired, but I'll manage. Is this your top banter you give them to get in there?
Just listen.
Okay, you could sleep, smiley face. Haha, I had a nap. Maybe you can join me. Oh my God, that's gone from 0 to fucking 1,000 very quickly. Maybe you can join me next time. What the hell?
This is how we do it, Henry.
This is what should we cover on the next podcast.
I mean, that is
how to be a Tinder legend.
Far less savage than real Nico. Let's be honest. That was quite tame. All I suggested is that we spoon a little bit and have a nap.
God, that's how you do it. That's why you're the master, and I'm just the Padawan. Jeez, interesting. Anyway. Let's get back to the real topic here. Round number 25. E-Frag, 5 rifles still. Didn't manage to save that AK, but still with enough to work with here. Mousesports 1 point away from series point. Oh, 1 round would work better there, but we'll go with it. AWP back onto Chris J. And you see no one really committed to anything, but we have got the CT towards long here. Victor, with more of an aggressive angle here. He's been backed up by Bubble as well. Terrorist is trying to see if there's any sort of footing into the round. If getting an early kill here, trying to get towards that mid area as well. Bomb's still down towards the B tunnels. No one really showing their hand just yet.
Well, their hands are on their weapons, but their guns haven't been shown. So you're right, they haven't shown them just
The metaphorical hand, the poker hand.
Oh, what's a metaphor?
We'll cover that next time. We haven't got time.
Is it like a simile?
No, not really.
It's like a simile, but doesn't use like or as. That's the best way to describe a metaphor, Henry. Could have got away with it there. I gave you an opportunity. AWP, Chris J. Haven't seen a whole lot of that this particular game, as opposed to Cash, where it was quite the stablemate in terms of the weaponry we saw. Nonetheless, it's going to be a B approach. Dreamer waiting for the drop to come in. Flashes go over, and no one's quite been spotted up by him yet because they've managed to still drop to the right and get into the alleyway. Nonetheless, it's Bubble to get one kill. That's it. Mouse have all the rest. And they're looking at potentially getting to 15, although it's not done just yet because Chris J's only got 4 HP. Nex had less, and he's dead, in fact, now, but Speedy with a trade.
Victor does pick out a kill on Chris J. 1v1. What a massive 1v1 it is, Matt. The fact we have 2 players on 100 HP. E-Frag is much more important for them. Yes, actually, Victor goes down to 1 HP. And now Speedy is the one to pick up the 15th round there for Mousesports. You feel like that might be it because looking at the money for E-Frag, 2.5k across the board. Not really going to have much to work with here. Let's go to round number 26. All roads may lead here, right, as we go.
Where they're leading?
Here, right here.
Yeah, they might end here, I think you meant.
No, lead here.
Oh, like this is the final destination?
Yeah.
But wouldn't that also mean that they end here?
Well, yeah, you can say whatever you want. The saying is all roads lead here.
Right. All roads leads to Tatamagouche. You can Google that. Nico spotted with the flash as they come in. Spy leader down to 78. Or rather, excuse me, getting closer on Nico, who's down to 78. But it's Dreamer who holds the angle and makes sure he can't counter peek. And that's going to work out well so far for E-Frag, who, well, without saying, Henry, would like to continue on the road.
Leave the road behind you. Get out of the car, please.
Oh, I don't want to.
I want to leave you on the side of the road.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have ever picked you up if I realized you were such a douchebag hitchhiker. Victor with 1 kill, dead immediately after. Dennis with the kill, and Bubble's going to follow that up, though. So trades go both ways, and suddenly E-Frag does have a stable lead in the round. More so because Speedy's dead. It's on Nex. A 1 versus 4.
Indeed it is. It's going to be Nex to try and do something with this. If you can just, we've seen how low the CT economy is. If you can just find a couple of frags here, that would be absolutely fine. He can do something with that. And again, he needs to set up for a better next round. But he's gone down to 26 HP now. And he's surrounded. And he does take one in form of Spy Leader, but it's not going to be enough. E-Frag holding on.
I kind of want this to go 3 maps, Henry, because I would like to drink more apple juice with you.
Well, we can drink it after. We don't have to be casting to drink. They're not mutually exclusive.
No, but it's enjoyable.
True. Well, it might happen. You know, still 4 rounds. E-Frag need to get 4 in a row, but right now they're up against an eco of Mousesports. Maybe we can send a runner. Where is Jackie?
We'll see. We'll have a send-off. Bubble are going to rock down through middle, try and get this rotation as the pistols do absolutely nothing. All right, E-Frag. We may get to 3 maps if they continue with that kind of form, although it is an anti-eco. I'm not going to get too far ahead of it. It's the most convincing round that they've had probably throughout the entirety of the game, I have to say. Dennis, I see him going down now on Twitch chat. I thought it was a replay. It gets confusing, Henry, sometimes.
Stop looking at that monitor, then.
I like it.
I know you do. I hate it.
You normally hate things that I like.
Yeah.
That's why we have
That's
such a good
our whole dynamic.
I was going to say. Nico, though, good shot to start it off. We should be on his camera. Why are we not on his camera? We are. I'm looking at the wrong monitor again.
Nice.
That was beautiful, though. 2 quick kills for him. And suddenly, he's given himself a real chance. If it ends like this,
it won't end like this.
I would be shocked. Well, he's got a chance at another. Doesn't land at him. That many bullets into a deagle. We never know where they're going to end up flying toward the wall behind your target, but never on point. It's going to be 15 to 12.
They could justify another eco here, like another partial buy. Just the fact they had like 4K average, it would mean that they lost that round and be another rut going forward. And actually won the round, if you remember, with that simple B play with the Tech 9s. It worked out for them, but E-Frag definitely making a convincing case here. They've got them down to, yeah, here we go. So another partial buy coming in for Mousesports. E-Frag holding on by a thread, but what a thread it is. We go for another B rush coming in straight away.
Well, Dennis starts it off to Tech 9 this time. does get the opening pick, but it's NKO with 2 to respond. Chris J inside of the alley. Looking for a way to continue this charge forward from his team. The bomb is going to be planted from Chris, which is a reasonable position to be in, all things considered, and a smoke on the statue allowed it to happen. Good response from Nico. No trade just as of yet because Dreamer was slightly off angle trying to get the reload. Finally, he does, and if he had gone down to Chris, if they'd sparred off and he got a post-plant position on that platform, he could have made things interesting, but nonetheless, it's going to be 15-13. Now we're going to get guns up, Henry, and I might get my wish here. If we could just have some more damn apple juice.
Just if you say it loud enough.
Apple juice! Didn't work.
See, the whole room just went quiet. It's like, oh shit.
Actually,
this guy is mad.
That was actually interesting.
Yes, please.
Yes, thanks, producer.
There we go. So there we go. So B-Rush coming in from Mousesports wasn't as effective as last time. They did get the bomb down and set themselves up for a very nice round number 29 here. Full AKs, full utility, Molotov, smoke grenades, flashbangs, HE, you name it, they've got it. Let's see if the CTs do bring anything interesting to the table. Actually stacking 3 players towards A. This could be a problem considering it's a fast take coming in from Mousesports towards the B-bomb site. Just Spy Leader and NKL to hold on now. Victor coming in for the backstab though. If Mousesports move quickly, they could find themselves in a very advantageous position. Wall of smoke.
And Dennis is going to flash through that smoke, try and push forward, cover off this, but watch this plant. Spy Leader, he might deny it. He's not quite there in time. And that could be enough to push the round over the edge, and it's not even going to matter. 16-13, the apple juice.
B, we have a knife round. OMG. Clappers in chat, let's do it. I don't know what that means either, but it's gonna happen, I'm sure. Oh, look at my booty. I just saw my booty on the replay. All right,
Okay,
guys.
here we go.
We have knife rundi.
And just look, move from the long side.
Wow, look at this tactic.
Yeah,
Tactic.
looks like they go.
It's very important.
They are ready. They are ready.
Very
A
important
knife round,
tactic,
and just
Saksa.
look, it's a trap. It's a trap by Flipside. And
Come on, Rahim. What's going on in this knife round is so important. It's so crucial this round to win it. They want to start CD side. And World Edit and Bonding in a 2-on-2 situation. One has 100, one has 45 HP on both teams. And look at this team play. It's amazing. Deco and Angel.
Deco and Angel did it, so Hellraiser players won the knife round, and definitely they will select CT side, of course. Yeah. Each and every team prefer, almost each and every team prefer
Actually,
to start
Cobble,
on defense.
yeah, you're right, but Cobble is a map where many teams choose the T side.
I don't know, but I had a conversation with a few players from different teams, okay, in venue, and they told we are happy, we prefer to start on defense because while playing for offensive side, we are more flexible due to less price for guns. Due to force by round options, you know, Russian plan tactics. Like
you mean as a T?
Yeah, that's why they prefer to play to start on defense, and based on result after half number one, they can, you know, flex their tactic for offensive side. Go forced by or play full eco, so up to score, up to situation. Yeah.
Awesome.
So in-game leaders told me.
So Rahim, actually, I saw you. I saw your Twitter. You actually play with viewers as well. You do some viewer games. You play yourself.
Yeah, of course. Master
What
Guardian,
rank are you, Rahim? What rank, Rahim?
Before I was Eagle.
Eagle.
Beautiful.
What does it mean when you say before?
Chicken. Now I'm chicken. Ugly chicken. Okay, so pistol round here, and 2-3 split by Hellraisers. A lot of teams prefer to provide 4 players in the beginning of pistol round, just for making sure that it's not a rush tactic. But nope, Hellraisers decided to play with the 3 guys in the B. So far, so good. Angel made an entry kill. Shara switched to viewers. Your wild card, by the way. And here the fight, Angel looking for another pick without success. Markelov, happy birthday. Here the gift, by the way. Markelov made
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
we're going to say it 100 times. Each time he does a frag. We're going to say it. So actually the round slowed down once we got to the 4-on-4 situation. Not too surprising from Flipside. They like to take it fairly slow and not take too many chances, too many risks. Shara is our guy actually who went offensive on B plateau. And now they're going to slow it down a bit and preparing for a drop split possibly. Does look like they want to split B via drop here. And in Chicken Coop we have 0 and he's going to be waiting. We have a smoke. Execute now. Good flash here. Does flash 0 temporarily, so the T's can slip out. And look at this. Well covered the angle by Blade. They made it onto the side. Blade somehow dropping. He managed to drop Oscar at the same time. And Oscar now in a 1-3 situation with a bomb planted. He doesn't have a kit and he doesn't have any equipment. Now he picked up the kit. And with it, will he go for it? Of course he will, but Oscar. Nice 180 flip.
Anti.
Yeah.
Anti.
Nice try.
Actually, you mentioned about Flipside's tactics. In the end of the group stage, I'm still talking about online stage of APM event, Flipside started to play